Whenever someone asks me if I know SEO, the answer to this becomes tricky for one simple reason, that I have done SEO for my own websites. I've been doing it for well over 15 years. In fact, I have gotten well over 450 million page views all through SEO on my website. And yet I hesitate to answer this question confidently, that do I know SEO? Because SEO often gets very contextualized depending on which industry, which website, which kind of situation or scenario you are operating in, and a lot of your tactics are dependent on that. But there are certain things which I think I have learned in my SEO journey which could benefit you. So if you are a publisher, if you are someone running a website, if you are running a company and looking to do SEO, there are a few SEO myths which I would like to burst for you. So let's dive right into it. When we think of SEO, we think a lot about keywords, and we think about, okay, I will target these keywords and make sure my content has enough frequency of these keywords, and this will help me rank better on Google, which is fundamentally good. I would rather have an article which has good keywords in its title rather than having something which does not have keywords in its title. Until then, it's all good. But I think we end up over obsessing with keyword density and the usage of keywords and various variation of these keywords within our article or title. For example, let's say I'm talking about a phone. I could say a page, theoretically a page on Google could say low budget phones. There could be another page which could say low cost phones. And there could be another page which says cheap phones. I think in 2024, we should be sufficiently reassured that Google understands that these three things, low cost, low budget, cheap phones, means the same thing. You don't need to work extra hard to include all these variations in your title or description. And you certainly need not create 3 different pages for the same content just to target different keywords. What I would do in this kind of a scenario is pretty simple. I will put up one variation in the title and I will accommodate the other variations somewhere in the description, just appearing once, and that should be good so long as my page content actually is relevant to these keywords, and a lot more focus goes to relevance of actual content compared to how many times the keywords is appearing. Which brings me to my second point. Google SEO is not a perfect science. There is no magic formula or a simple hierarchy that, hey, write a good title, add these keywords, get these 4 backlinks, and you will rank for sure. Your listing on Google appears in context of everything else that Google is seeing. It could be your competitors, their content, the intent of users. What is it that the users want from a certain query? Also the age of a keyword. It is generally much more difficult to displace someone who has been in the number 1 spot for a long time compared to something which is a new discovery or a new keyword or new content altogether. So a lot of other factors come into play to decide how you will rank on Google, and it is not always an easy or fast process. So you have to understand that everything you do will not give results, and you cannot take on the most difficult challenges on day 1. So while it's good to have a formula, best practices, all of that for Google SEO, acknowledge that it is a very dynamic world and you will have to get often creative and often you'll have to compromise to get results. Suppose a user has gone to Google and searches for tips to avoid swirl marks on my car. Now you will see there are several results which will show up for this user. The user goes to result number 1, sees the content, does not relate with it for some reason. User clicks the back button on the browser, goes back to the Google results page and clicks on the second result. Now with thousands of users searching the same thing on Google every day, Google knows pretty well which of these rankings, which of these websites helped the user get what they were looking for. And the result a lot of times may not be a web link, but it could be a video link from YouTube. That could very well happen as well. So depending on this data, Google now knows that a user coming and searching for a certain query, was your website able to answer their concerns properly or not? Because if they went back to Google and looked for something else, then it's probably a signal that, okay, you could not answer their query fully. Maybe I should push you a level down and bring someone else up. This is called pogo sticking. And this is just one of the ways in which I think about SEO, that if someone is coming to my website, my web page, am I doing a good job of giving them what they want? And maybe in future videos, we can talk about how to do that better and what metrics to track. If you want me to make videos on those, sure, please comment and let me know. But remember this, it is no fixed formula. It is a dynamic world of Google search, and you need to brace for it. You need to embrace it, and you need to be patient for results. Google SEO is not just about backlinks. A lot of times I see a lot of SEOs very focused with backlinks. Get me backlinks, backlinks, backlinks. But when I actually look at their website and when I see what they could be doing instead, I realize that A, there are a lot of technical issues on the site which they could fix. Technical issues probably is the number one reason why SEO does not take off for a lot of people. I see this, by the way, when we do YouTube SEO, I see the same thing. Technical reasons, basics which people get wrong. The second thing is content gaps. Can you create content on topics which are less competitive or which maybe you could more easily rank for? Such content gaps are probably more valuable than looking for more backlinks. And third, optimizing existing content to rank better. That again is the third thing which I look for in a website. So when you're doing SEO, instead of going out and looking for backlinks, maybe spend a little more time looking in and thinking what could be better in my current website. How could I structure my pages better? What new content could I create? Can I remove some content which probably does not make sense at this point? A lot of those questions need to be asked. When I see people doing keyword research for SEO, I almost laugh out loud because I know this data will now go to a spreadsheet. It will be sorted in order of traffic, and then our great webmaster will start attacking these keywords from the top. And the most valuable keyword will be the one which gives most traffic and everyone wants to rank for it. What I have found to be more effective is to say, I will pick a hyper niche. I will define my battleground to be so narrow that I will win. I will take an army of 300 people and I will defeat 10,000 people. Enter SEO with that spirit. And you win that niche. You choose something so long tail and so specialized that you are very good at it and there isn't much competition for it. That is the magic of SEO. You first start with something where there is not much competition, where the incentive for the big guys to compete with you is a little less. And then you build upwards from there. So rather than going from the most popular and most competitive keywords down, the idea that I want to present to you is to pick a niche, build a lot of goodwill around that niche, and then grow from there to bigger niches. The SEO world is filled with domain authority and backlinks. We think a lot about what is my domain authority, what is my backlinks, how do I acquire more backlinks, should I buy backlinks, will he give me backlinks, will she give me backlinks? But I have seen this in at least as many years, as in 6 years back in 2018, that social clout, getting some social traction purely on social media can help your SEO rankings. Now there could be a space which is newly emerging. There could be a keyword for which there aren't many relevant websites or backlinks or web pages to give Google enough signals. And maybe these social networks give a better signal to Google than the World Wide Web. And in such a space, I have seen in 2018 at least that your social clout, social push can bring ranking to your web page. So don't discount the overall process of being popular on the web or getting attention on the web. It is not just a single trick world where you do SEO, you get traffic and your website is popular. There are 1,000 ways of getting traffic and you should give value to a lot of them. When doing SEO, I have seen a mad rush within news publishers to say, hey, let's publish this news fast. I want to get it out there right now. And in that mad rush, a lot of half-baked content goes out. A lot of traffic spike comes just for a day or two and then it dies out. The kind of SEO which I like is to make content around topics which will live for a long time. For example, instead of saying, how did Virat Kohli play yesterday? Instead of analyzing his match yesterday, or what is the Indian cricket team's lineup for the match tomorrow, which has a lifespan of one day as an article, I would rather write about 7 things which helps Virat Kohli deal with XYZ better, or record of Virat Kohli versus this team. Now that article could be updated, that page could be updated and would be future proof. You could keep it updated and people will keep looking for it whenever Virat Kohli is facing off against that team. Similarly, there could be more such topics around the same thing, around say 8 facts from Virat Kohli's life. Again, all of these sound like listicles, but they are not time sensitive. These are topics which will be searched for many years to come, or which will be consumed as content for many years to come. So think about the balance in your website. If you are putting out a lot of content which has a shelf life of 1, 2, 3 days, it's probably not a healthy mix. You want to get a lot of content on your website which gets time to bake itself, which gets time to rank on Google and show up and stay there for several years. I have one such keyword which I can remember on my website, which I ranked for probably 8 or 9 years back, and I still rank in the top 3 on Google for it, even after a lot of neglect on that page. And I'm pretty proud of it because it was just an idea. At that point of time, I was competing with the likes of Amazon to rank for it, and it does pretty well. And when you look back and think about the amount of traffic that page has given me over 8 or 9 years, it's pretty much, the ROI is mind-boggling. And that is the fun I get as SEO. That is the magic of SEO, that you work once to craft something so good that it gives you traffic for many, many years to come. So as an SEO, as a webmaster, as a news publisher, I would implore you to think about such opportunities to create such kind of success in your SEO journey. And the last SEO myth, which I would really like to burst, and I hope nobody is still doing this. I don't want you to be chasing directory listings or writing comments on other blogs just to get a free backlink, which is no follow and has no value in itself. Please, if you're looking for backlinks, look for relevant backlinks. A few backlinks done well with a well-optimized technical site can produce a lot of results without having to do the easy stuff. Believe me, the easy, spammy stuff for SEO has been done to death.